Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Where else can you find me? I'll tell you, people, Spotify and BitChute. Click the link tree in the description box. It'll take you right to it. Clickety clack. Let's get over there and populate, huh? And let's see, this shoulder, I'm getting it. I'm finally understanding which shoulder is which. But at the end, I'm going to tell you a story about this little trophy right here. One of the most important things I've ever received in my life. So, you guys, I'm all about shockers and breaking news, okay? And when I give you a big piece of news, I always warn you because I hate to see you guys hurt and or kill yourself over the things that I tell you. So I'm going to do the same thing right here. If you're operating heavy equipment, power down. Okay, if you're operating a vehicle, you're driving on our highways and byways and bridges or whatnot. And if you're San Francisco, all of those things are fucked up and dilapidated. Okay, if you're doing that, if you're driving, pull over, put it in park. If you can, get out of the vehicle, walk around it to calm down after you hear this. Okay, if you're holding something important, something fragile, a vase or something, a baby, all right, put it down safely. Because I don't want you to hear this and then pass out, boom, the vase breaks, the baby gets hurt or some shit. You'll never forgive yourself, all right? If you're standing up, sit down. Okay, at least if you fall out of a chair or something, you're not going to hurt yourself too bad. But you're standing up, boom, you go down, it's a wrap, okay? I don't want you guys to be hurt, but I'm about to blow your mind with some shit, okay? Here it is. You know that transgender... Who in the fuck looks at these people and says, yeah, that's what they are. Please. They look like shit. So you know that transgender woman who's on the University of Pennsylvania swim team? Well, guess what she did? She won the championship. She set a new record. Well, no shit. When you have a man playing with a bunch of women and it's a physical competition, the man is going to come out on top 9.5 times out of fucking 10. So, of course, nobody's laughing hysterically at this bullshit like they should be because this college-age athlete, male, dominated a female sport. Well, of course, you fucking dummy. The only news in that would be if you didn't. Oh, and never mind. Do you think that this transgender woman, this man who's transitioned into being a woman, do you think they have a separate locker room for him? Do you think they put up one of those partitions where you can see his silhouette, but you can't really see the details? Of course not. That wouldn't be right. He identifies as a woman and he should get all the full amenities and accoutrements that come along with it, which includes changing in front of the women. That's right. He did not get the surgery, so he still has a dick and balls. And here is the hairy little scrotal cherry on top of this fucked up sundae. He is not gay. He still dates women. That's right, man. Think of all those movies back in the 80s, Porky's and whatnot, where all those young pubescent or prepubescent males or post-pubescent, in some cases, all they were trying to do is get a little peek into the woman's locker room. All they wanted to see is some titties, a little ass, and maybe a little bush over the clam. That's all they wanted. There were entire series of movies built on this. When all they had to do, you fucking dummies, all you had to do was identify as a girl and they kick the door open and roll out the red carpet. Now, what about the girls on this team who are, dare I say, what if these archaic barbarian ladies are not okay with some dude in the room with them while they're getting naked? Huh? You think they might be uncomfortable? Well, it doesn't matter. Shut your mouth. It's all about being progressive and accepting and inclusive, all right? And just because you feel uncomfortable because there's a guy with a semi-hard dick over there, that's your problem. He identifies as a she, and you better start treating him as such. Get the fuck out of here. You mean to tell me as an adolescent when I was in high school and shit, you know, the girls' locker room, the door closed, all I had to do was say, hey, I'm a girl now, let me in. And they would have opened the door and let me in. Then I could see all the titties I wanted. Oh, man, I wish I could go back in time. Doc Brown and Marty, where are you? I need to go back to 1996 and tell them I'm a girl. What the fuck? Yeah, you're going to win the championship. Yeah, you're going to set some records. You're a fucking 20-something male athlete. You better. That's like my 6-year-old son challenging me to a fight, and I'm like, yeah, I whooped his ass. You're a grown man and he's a child. You should. What kind of sick shit is this? Oh boy, won the championship and set a record. No shit. What the fuck is going on here? What happened? How did we trip and fall down this rabbit hole in the fucking upside down land? But what about those girls? What about the girls who feel uncomfortable with a male who likes ladies, being in their locker room getting naked? It's all about where you are, okay? It's all about where you are. If those young ladies were in a bedroom with this guy and they were naked, hey, it's all good. That's why we're here. But if she's in a locker room with that man, no, that's not the right setting. She's going to feel uncomfortable. If I take a shit in my bathroom, nobody's going to care because it's the bathroom. Oh, side note, I learned a word the other day. Shout out to Uncle Don. He came to visit. I showed him our bathroom in our new house. The toilet has its own separate room. He's like, oh, the water closet. I never knew that's called a water closet. That's just tight. I'm going to start calling it a water closet from now on. But anyway, if I take a shit in my water closet, nobody cares. If I went out in the street now and said, hey, I took a shit in my water closet, nobody would care because that's where it's supposed to take place. All right? Now, if I go out in the middle of said street and take a shit, well, guess what? That's not my water closet. So now the police are going to come up and they're probably going to point guns at me until I stop shitting in the street because that's something that crazy people do. You see what I'm saying? It's all about location, location, location. And your dick, this is not the location for it. These are women in here getting undressed. You're not a woman, so go get undressed somewhere else. Go back to the men's team. Oh, you suck there. So, of course, you had to come over here and dominate. And I'm still waiting, guys. Tick tock. I still hear the Jeopardy theme, waiting for a woman to transition into being a man and dominating men's sports. I'll be right here when that happens. Now, let me tell you a little I'm trying to tell you a story about this little trophy right here. That little trophy is from 1994. Now, you may or may not know this. I don't know how long you've been on my channel, but I used to be in the Sea Cadets, and it's like ROTC program, except it's not through a school. It's privately funded, but we got all the real uniform parts that the Navy had, all the courses for advancement. As far as rank, if we wanted to become a third-class petty officer in Sea Cadets, we took the third-class petty officer exam for the United States military, the active duty. It was that serious. We had a boot camp that was ran by Marines, and I think they took a little bit of pleasure in cycling little Navy Sea Cadet kids, because, you know, Navy, Marines, they don't get along. Marines don't like to admit that they're a department of the Navy. They're like the big, mean pit bull we bring out when we need it. And we don't, we tuck his ass back over there. But they used to fuck with us because we were in the Navy Sea Cadets. But anyway, they were cool. Shout out to Staff Sergeant Danzler. We went through boot camps. We learned how to march. We learned recognition. Matter of fact, when I joined the Navy, I was an E2 coming out of boot camp instead of an E1 because I was in Sea Cadets. So it's a great program. We met Navy SEALs. We got to fly on a helicopter. We got to go shooting at the Coast Guard shooting range. We did all kinds of shit. But every year, we would all get together for this big event. All the divisions, the Sea Cadet divisions from Northern California, the Bay Area, Sacramento, down where we were in Monterey, we all got together for the annual event. And so you had what's called the pass and review, and they would have all the highest ranking Sea Cadet officers and all the people who donated, and the Navy League and stuff like that. All those people would be sitting up there on this grandstand, and then we would march in front of them, we pass in front of them. They would review, look at us, and we do all these fancy marching, all these fancy moves, I guess, or movements. I remember one was a starburst where the ranks, the one down the middle keeps going straight, but the other ones go out and they turn and come back in and meet. Man, that shit was smooth. So anyway, it was a big deal. All right. We had drills once a month where we'd all meet up in our divisions. You go over your courses, and we have all these things, these activities we do. It was awesome. There's Sea Cadets near you and you have kids, put them in that shit. So at the annual passing review, every division would have honor cadet, and you are like the cadet of the year in your division. You are standout in physical performance, your academic performance, helping other people, all this other shit. You are the man or the woman. But you are it. You are the best cadet in that division for that year. So I was also in the color guard. So I was the right rifleman. And I would give the commands, for what people were supposed to do and all this shit. And we even beat an actual active duty Marine Corps color guard unit in a drill off that we had in Seaside. I won't talk about that. They got fucked up by a bunch of 14 and 15-year-olds. But anyway, I was in the color guard. But the night before the big pass and review, they told me that I wasn't in color guard. I had to fall in line with everybody else. I had to be in the ranks with the rest of the division. And being in color guard, I didn't want to do that shit. One of the officers we had, he got us, normally they have like the wooden rifles and shit with the little chrome on it and the white strap. Fuck all that. He got us these rubber M16s. They look like M16s, but they're made out of solid rubber. They were tight as hell, and everybody always come over, oh man, can I hold that? So cool. Let me hold it, blah, blah, blah. Fuck out of here. It's mine, right rifleman. But anyway, that shit was so cool. But they told me the night before I had to fall in with the rest of the division. I was pissed. I want to be out there doing the color guard drills that we practiced because we were about to fuck those other divisions up. We were flipping the rifles. Man, it was crazy. But I'm told this is what I have to do. So I do it begrudgingly. I was pissed. So I'm standing in ranks with everybody else. It's a little warm outside. And when you're in color guard, I was like in the shadow of the flag, so I wouldn't have been hot. I was like, man, this sucks. So I'm standing out there in the heat with everybody else, and all the divisions are lined up next to each other. And they're coming down the line, and they're announcing all the honor cadets from each division. And when they call your name, you break ranks, and you go up there in front, and you all line up, and you salute. They give you a little trophy and shit. And so no one knew who honor cadet was. You don't know until that moment. And so they're calling and everything, and I'm sitting there, I'm so mad. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be standing here. I want to be there with color guard. I'm going to go and flip the rifles. It's going to be tight. And so they get to my division, and they call my name. And I was like, what? And everyone's like, oh, man, go. Man, that shit was so cool. I went up there. I got to stand in front of everybody. They called our names out once we were up there. There's a little thing. These are honor cadets. This is what that means. This is what they are to their division. And I got my trophy. You couldn't tell me shit. I don't think my feet touched the ground for 24 hours. So I wanted to make sure that I had shelf space for that because that was very important. That shit blindsided me. I had no idea, but it was so awesome to be recognized for the hard work that you put in. I will never get rid of that trophy. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how tarnished it gets. That was a great moment. And like I said, if you got kids and they're in Sea Cadets and they're between the ages of, I think Navy League is like 12 and 13 and then 14 and 18 is Sea Cadets, put them in it. It's a wonderful experience. Kids need structure. I got to do things that 99% of my friends couldn't even fucking imagine. Flying on a Marine Corps helicopter from Hollister to San Francisco with the back of it open? Come on. That shit, we put on the headgear, we're talking to each other. Couldn't tell me shit, man. Put your kids in the Sea Cadets. What I'm about to do is get over here with my beautiful wife and kids. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to jerichogreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.